Hello and welcome to Shoreline Music Monthly. My name is Mark Koschwitz. This is episode 96 of our series of shows where we bring you local songwriters and drop them in your living room. We've got a lot of wonderful local talent around here, and we try to bring it right here so you can learn who these folks are. And then to help you later, every weekend, if you find our Facebook page, Shoreline Music Monthly, we print a weekend guide, and so then you'll have names and faces to go with the names, and then you'll have a guide to where they're all playing in the area. So you can track them down and see them, catch them out in the wild. A lot of talented folks every weekend out there doing their thing. So without further ado, I've got half of the folks here are return guests. We're going to focus on the songwriting of John Brown. How are you, John?
I'm not doing too bad, Mark, on this fine summer day.
Thank you for coming down. And we've got to your right, we've got a talented guitar slinger.
We do.
Area.
Bobby Perfetto.
Perfetto.
Hi.
Welcome.
Nice
Glad
to
have
be
you in.
Thank you.
Now, this is not your first rodeo here.
Been a while.
But yeah, I was looking at that, and so 6 years ago, approximately,
Yep.
you were in here with Dave.
Yep.
And was Whiskey and Aspirin.
Yes, sir.
Episode, I think it was 67, something like that, if folks want to look back and find it. In the meantime, I mean, I still see the Whiskey and Aspirin still does a thing now and then.
Now and then, yep.
But I see you out there doing your thing alone. Sometimes you got some back porch pickers with you. Sometimes I see you with a whole bunch of different gaggle. Why don't you first untangle, before we get into the songwriting, just so folks want to find you, what are the names of some of the places that they can find you?
Okay, well, in terms of social media, I'm just on Facebook. I've been playing with Bobby and Peter McGrain, back porch pickers. We've got Mike Jones. If we need a drummer, we use Michael Jones. And that group started right around COVID. I was playing with Dave with Whiskey and Aspirin for a couple of years, and then COVID happened, and a lot of us changed our habits. Some of us decided we needed to sequester ourselves. There was nowhere to play, and we got together. And we picked some pretty interesting places. Captain Mike Corcoran played with us a couple of times, a bunch of times actually. So we've been playing out around the Shoreline. I moved up from the Shoreline up to Middlefield a couple of years ago, so I'm starting to play some gigs up that way as well.
Nice.
You can find me on Facebook under my name, John Brown, and we also have the Back Porch Pickers Facebook page, which actually Captain Mike started.
Nice. Now, I also saw, are you part, I see like the Wandering Fiddlers and...
Yeah, so I play with a couple other groups. I got involved with a couple of Irish fiddle groups, and it's a type of music that I never played before, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Wandering Fiddles is Dana Takaki's band. It's a fairly large group. We play at Scottish Dave's every third Thursday.
And you guys bring it too. I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's a lot of fun. And then Paddywhack, which is kind of a spin-off from Wandering Fiddles. We play in a bunch of places as well. And I started playing with Leif Nilsson's Arrowhead band as well. And I get to do my originals with Arrowhead, so I'm really enjoying that.
Nice. So you're keeping busy is what you're telling me.
Keeping busy. That's what it's all about. Nice. And having fun.
Well, that's important too. That's important too. So now, Bob, I see you out and about as well. You're part of the Back Porch Pickers, but that's not all you do.
Now I play with a couple other bands. Around the time I met up with John, I was playing with a band down in Westchester area, a Johnny Cash cover band.
Oh, nice.
And then COVID happened and all our gigs kind of disappeared for a while, so that's why we kind of connected and played a lot more. But these days I have a duo with my girlfriend Lee Harrison, and we play a bit. We do recording.
And that's Bluebird?
The duo Bluebird. Yeah, that's the name of our duo. And I play once in a while with Clayton Allen.
Another talented cat around here.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to play with. And what else? I go to picking parties. I keep busy.
Nice, very cool. I see you playing in New York on occasion too, right?
That's my band down in New York. We play an every year Johnny Cash tribute show.
All right.
That's his big show. But I play gigs when he works as a solo, kind of like John. He works as a solo, a duo, a trio, or even with drums. It depends on the gig.
Yeah.
So when he wants a lead guitar, he calls me, and I play, every so often.
Nice. Yeah, you got some chops, my friend. Absolutely.
Thank you.
He makes my music sound good.
I like that. I always call it spackle. I like it, my music tends to have a couple of holes in it.
Yeah.
I love when the people who know what they're doing, they
Absolutely.
they know where to go and they fill
Those
holes.
spaces.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Old Bull Gazer was a hell of a man. He stood 6'3" with a working man's tan. He had his own stool at the end of the bar. Lived down the road in the back of a car. He was 60 years old and strong as a bull, drinking hard liquor with a glass half full. He looked kinda mean or maybe just sad. Made me think he was just like my dad. I met him long ago at the local saloon, drinking vodka, whiskey, and howling at the moon. Ain't no way of knowing when you're 20 years old what it's like to be an old man when the winds of age run cold. You meet all kinds of people out in the bars where the closing time queens look like movie stars. And a few shots and beers can make you feel sad when you see an old man that looks like your dad. If maybe he'd fought in the war, fighting for freedom or something more. He didn't talk too much about his life, don't know if he had kids or ever a wife. Old Bull Gazer, he was strong and fast. Piss him off and he'll kick your ass. I don't even know if he done time in the can, but I think Bull Gazer was a damn good man. You meet all kinds of people out in the bars where the closing time queens look like movie stars. And a few shots and beers can make you feel sad when you see an old man that looks like your dad. And 40 years later you realize it's true, that old man in the bar was just like you. Was just like you. Was just like you.
So when we last spoke, you had hadn't been writing very long.
Had not.
So how's that journey been going?
It's been a very interesting journey. It's been a very fun and rewarding journey. I knew nothing about songwriting when I wrote my first song. I still know technically nothing about songwriting. I haven't studied it or taken seminars or anything, and I've never tried to write a song. But when they come, they come. Mm-hmm. And they come from feelings and experiences and memories and observations. And it's been more rewarding than I could have ever imagined to write songs from the heart, songs from my life, earlier parts of my life, current parts of my life, the happy times, the sad times, the joyous stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
You know, it's wonderful.
And it's funny with songwriting because I just was watching a Jason Isbell interview recently, and he was talking about songwriting, and he has a buddy, you know, Nashville guy, many top one singles, you know, hits, and but he said that they can't write together because, you know, that guy sits down and he's writing a hit. And Jason says, when I sit down, I'm trying to make people cry. And it's just, you know, it's for him, it just has to come. You know, he doesn't try to build something. He finds it.
Yeah. And I've heard that from other songwriters too. I guess it's pretty common.
Yeah.
I didn't know that, but I found that out. Probably writing my second or third or fourth song, I can't remember which one, but I think it was the one about my father. And I'm writing the song and, you know, singing parts of it, and the tears were coming down my cheeks. I had no idea where that stuff was coming from. And I realized that with the sad songs, there can be a lot of healing in writing a song about something that was sad or traumatic or tragic in your life. And the same holds true for joyous things, whether it's a new love or whether it's, you know, just a wonderful occasion.
Yeah, there's a reason there's so many love songs.
Yeah, there is.
It just kind of kicks you in that direction, I think.
So for me, the whole songwriting experience so far has been, it's been an exploration. It's been exploring, you know, unknown things, even some unknown things within myself. When I'm writing a song, sometimes I can realize that feelings are coming up that were kind of buried. They're in back of other feelings.
Yeah, they could be therapeutic for sure.
And they come out. And to perform an original song in front of people and to have them, number one, appreciate it, and then number two, the icing on the cake is sometimes if people come up to you after a performance and say, you really touched me with that song. Mm-hmm. It reminded me of something in my own life. You know, the details were different in their life, but it was the same emotions.
Right.
And that's just amazing. And that's the magic of music to me. You know, and I had that experience listening to songs on the radio or records that I bought, but not as deeply and as meaningful as with original music.
When you hear that old steam train whistle fading away, moving down the line, then you know you ain't going with her. She's just a cloud of smoke fading into the sky. And the night birds, they sing of memories of long ago and yesterday, before the hourglass of time ran empty, and the days of wine and roses slipped away. There was a time he was a young man, standing tall, too proud to pray, with the devil in the bottle, riding shotgun on the bar stool where he drank his cares away. And the night birds, they sing of memories of long ago and yesterday, before the hourglass of time ran empty, and the days of wine and roses slipped away. It takes a lucky man to find the treasure of a woman's love and settle down. But with the devil in the bottle riding shotgun, it's just a house of cards that all came tumbling down. And the night birds, they sing of memories of long ago and yesterday, before the hourglass of time ran empty and the days of wine and roses slipped away. So when you hear that old steam train whistle fading away, moving down the line, then you know you ain't going with her. She's just a cloud of smoke fading into the sky. And the night birds, they think of memories of long ago and yesterday, before the hourglass of time ran empty and the days of wine and roses slipped away. And the days of wine and roses slipped away.
Now, what actually brought you to music to begin with?
Well, when I was a kid, I thought guitars were pretty cool. I liked music.
They are pretty
I
cool.
saved up $30 from my paper route money and bought a $30 guitar at the local department store. And I learned 3 chords. And, you know, back in those days, there was no internet. If you wanted to learn a song, you had to keep dropping the needle on the record
I spent a lot of time
and
doing
writing down the lyrics. Yep.
Kids don't know how good they have.
playing
Yep.
records half speed, playing
I learned-
solo
yeah.
over and over. Sorry.
I learned a few songs, you know, and I didn't play them anywhere. I played them, sang them with my mother or, you know, something like that. But I never really progressed with it until about 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, actually, I went to Ramblin' Dan Stevens' picking party. And I started playing music with other people. And a year later, I wrote my first song. And I've been doing it ever since. And I started playing out and playing with other people. That's my journey, you know. So, like, on the contrast, Bobby says he's been playing with bands since high school. You know, I didn't have that experience. So I'm really enjoying it.
Where did you start in music?
I started when I was a kid, maybe 10, 11 years old.
Were you around, is this around here or
At that time, my family lived in New Jersey.
New Jersey?
I remember my first encounter with a guitar was the kid across the street who was a couple of years older than I was. He had a guitar, and he was showing me, you know, he walked out to the street, and I walked out to the street, and he's showing me this guitar, and he played a couple of notes from a Beatles song, like Please Please Me, you know that riff?
Yeah, yeah.
He played that riff, and I thought, wow, that's the coolest thing. So right after that, I got my parents to get me guitar lessons.
Yeah, I still
There we
remember the
started.
first time I saw live music, like actually out as my little kid being dragged along through the Connecticut Post Mall with my mother. And yeah, it was probably just a bunch of teenagers at the time, but I thought they were adults or whatever. But and they were standing there and they were playing the stuff that would come out of my mom's radio.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's where that comes from. Because until you see it, I mean, now there's 24/7 music networks on TV and everything, but I mean, I was probably 5 or 6, I didn't know. It was just magic music came out of a radio, and then I see these kids, and they were doing it.
I spent a lot of time with the AM radio to your ear, listening to
yeah.
Cousin Brucey and, the AM radio guys.
You remember trying to tape songs off the boom box with the cassette
yeah.
player? You got to try and catch the beginning.
Yeah. You reminded me of something when you mentioned kids. I've had a bunch of experiences where I'm playing at a farmer's market or a restaurant, and a little kid will come up, like 2 or 3 or 4 years old.
That's the best.
And they are mesmerized. They're staring at you. Their eyes are wide, and they're mesmerized by the fact that you're making this music.
Yeah.
And they're seeing it up close and personal.
Maybe for the first time.
Yeah. That's just such a cool thing. I love that.
And that's why I like lots of folks do it, but I know Terry LaChance does it all the time. Whenever she plays a farm market, she has a bag of just things that kids can shake. And she just puts it out in front of her on the grass.
Yeah.
And it's like, because if you can get the kids to come and start having a good time, the parents then hang out, and then all of a sudden now you got an audience.
You got an audience,
It's
yeah.
all the kids. I love when the little ones come up and dance.
Yes, yeah, that's icing on the cake right there.
Absolutely.
I know you're going down the river in the morning when the grass is green and wet with dew. Yeah, you're going down the river in the morning, and that's the last that I will see of you. Remember when you wrapped your arms around me and the band was playing that old tune, and we swore we'd never lose that love and feeling on the night we drank the wine beneath that amber moon. Amber moon turned to blue. Amber moon gone too soon. Amber moon turned to blue. A lot like you, gone too soon. Loving on the fly while the winter winds were blowing, and it came the end of May or June when you told me that your heart was with another and that you drank the wine beneath that amber moon. Amber moon turned to blue. Amber moon gone too soon. Amber moon turned to blue. A lot like you, gone too soon. No matter how long gone, I still remember the smells of summer on the seashore in the dunes, with the moonbeams softly glowing all around us on the night we drank the wine beneath that amber moon. Amber moon turned to blue. Amber moon gone too soon. Amber moon turned to blue. A lot like you, gone too soon. Yeah, a lot like you, gone too soon.
Thank you once again for watching Shoreline Music Monthly. We will be back next month with another guest bringing you their original music and dropping it in your living room. So tune in, and in the meantime, please get out, check the weekend guide or whatever. Or even maybe you don't even need to know who's playing. Go hit the local pub. There's probably someone jamming on a Friday night. But if you would like to know in advance, check out our Facebook page. There's also, the list is also on our regular standalone website. And you could find these folks all over the place. We will see you next month. Thank you for watching.